So in this video, I want to show you this trucking maintenance and DOT compliance tracker that I built. So, keeping up with DOT maintenance, annual inspection, and service schedule across multiple trucks can be quite overwhelming. So I built a spreadsheet to organize everything in one place so you can track your fleet, log your maintenance, and see exactly what's coming due, all without expensive software. So I sell this item on my website. You're interested, you can check out the link in the description. You can also get 10% off at checkout if you input in the coupon code MAHA10, and I'll put everything in the description. So let me show you how this item works. So if you purchase this item here, you get 8 tabs, and then I'm going to show you how each of the tab works and all its features, okay? And so if you're interested, you can purchase this item, link in description. So the first tab here is basically the DOT compliance information that I put here, so you can read through this. It tells you, what kind of information you need and what are like the the monthly requirement, or how long you should keep records for. So just informational data here for you to read. And then the fleet registry is basically you can log all of your truck information. So you can log up to 25 trucks. We also provide customization, so if your company needs more data for more trucks, just reach out and we can definitely customize this for 50 or 100 trucks as well. So here's where you record all of your trucks for your business, all of the information for your truck. And then the service schedule here is really all the service type that you could service your truck for, whether they're DOT required or not, and you can put the mile interval and the time interval to get them serviced. And you can add more service type if you need to. If all these service type here is not relevant and you need to add more, you can on these yellow cells, and you can put whether they're DOT required or not. So all these service type will be part of a drop-down menu on the maintenance log, okay? And then the annual inspection log here is where you could just, select any truck, right? And then the VIN and the tire size will automatically pop up. And you can record, when the inspection date is, expiration date for the inspection, the inspector name, the inspector certificate, expiration for that certificate for that inspector, inspection location, decal number, orders pass fail, right? And then defects found, you can log all that. And then the defects corrected date, and then here you can save the signed report link so that in the future if you need it as a reference or anything, you can just click on it and automatically open up for you, and you can put any notes if you want, right? So here is just a very organized way to keep track of all your annual inspection log. And if you have anything that's expired or will expire soon, it will also alert you in the dashboard, okay? And the next tab is the roadside inspection log. So here you can put in the date, you select the truck, and then the VIN will pop up, right? And you enter in the driver name, the city location that it was inspected, and then you can select the level, and I put a reference as to what each level mean, and you can change this as well to your preference, who the inspector agency is, their batch number, whether there was a result, violation, or out of service. Then you can put any violation found, whether it's out of service or not, corrective action, and then the correction date, and then report signed and return date within 15 days or not. And then you can also save a location of the report as well, and then you can easily click it or reference it later on, and it should open up, and then any notes that you want here. All right, so again, it's just a very organized way to keep track of your inspections. And here's the maintenance log. So here you can put in the service. You just enter in the service date. If you're using Google Sheet, you can select the date on the mini calendar. You can select any truck, and all the VIN, make, model, year, and tire size for that truck should auto-populate. And then the service type here. So this is a drop-down menu. So this service type comes from this service schedule that we have here, right? And you can select any service type you want, and then the odometer at service, you can enter that. And then here you can enter description, the service description, the parts used, the technician name. If it's in-house, you can put the technician name, work order number, how much it costs, whether there's a warranty for it or not, and then here you can input in the next miles that's due, and it automatically calculate the next service miles, right? So for example, this is the odometer service 187,000 and it's due in 10,000 miles, then the next service mile will be 197,000, and it's due in 6 months. So we started this in July 2035, so we're doing 6 months, then in January 2035 it's due, right? So just put the months and it automatically calculate the next service date, and here you can put any notes that you want. And then the next tab is the maintenance alert. So here you don't have to do anything on this tab. This tab would automatically populate and let you know the status of each service, whether it's overdue, due soon, okay, and then whether it's not applicable. So not applicable is basically these are the reactive or as needed services. You can see what overdue means, right? It just past due. It's either the miles are past due or days are past dues. Same thing, due soon is either it due soon within 5,000 miles, 30 days. Blue is is reactive or as needed, and then green is okay. So you can see this at a glance and then see, okay, which service, which truck need to be due, or which one's overdue. And one thing I want to mention is this maintenance alert dashboard is very smart. So for example, if you have two types of maintenance going on, right? Let's say we're doing oil change. See oil change, and let's say we're looking at truck number 2, okay? And you can see our truck number 2 has 2 services in that 1 year, in May and in July. So this maintenance alert, it will only alert you to the latest one that you've done, right? So it only alert you to the 7/1/2035. You're not gonna see this entry here 5/1/2035 because it's older, right? It's already done. So you can see here on T2 truck 735 or 7/1/2035. So you can see it only shows you that one, right? It doesn't show you the other one because this one is the older one. So it's only showing you the latest one. So it's quite smart. So it only shows you the latest one that you've done for that service and when that latest one is going to be due soon or if it's overdue. So it's quite smart, okay? So don't worry about it like double counting or not counting certain things. So I just want to point that out. And so this is the, oops, sorry. So this is the maintenance alert. So that's how it works, right? So you don't have to do anything here, automatically populate. And then lastly is the dashboard. So the cool thing about this dashboard, it tells you how many trucks you have, how much you spent so far. You can select by the service type, right? You can select by any service type and see how much you spent. And then you can select any truck number and you can see the information for that truck, all the recent services for that truck and how much you spent for that truck. And then here you can see the annual inspection status, whether the inspection for each truck has expired or if it's okay or if it's expiring soon. And then here you have just upcoming maintenance, just at a glance, see which truck needs maintenance, right? So here on the selected year, you can select all the years that you've entered in the data, and you can see here you can use this sheet forever essentially. If you want to select all, then that means all the year and all the month. So you see all the information would populate according to that selection. Or if you just want to look at 1 year and then you can see which month in that year, you can do year to date as well, right? You can do any month as well. So the reason why this one is 0 here is because in January 2035, we don't have any data, but you can see it has data for April. So if you select April, you can see, right? So let me just change this to oil change because oil change has more data. All right, so you can see you have a lot of option here, and then here you can select any truck you'd like, and here you can see there's a repeated repair here. So the reason why it shows this as a warning is because let's say you have like here alternator service, right? If you're changing the same part twice in a span of a few months, then something that you need to take a look at. So that's why there's kind of like a warning here. But if it's oil change, then that's totally normal, right? And then, if this truck has no repeated service here. So that's kind of nice warning to see or overview to see. And here, any truck that you select, right, you can see the VIN information about that truck, how much you spent on that truck so far for January 2025. If you want to see year to date, you can see, right, for that truck. And here it'll tell you 10 most recent services for this truck. And then here, down here, as I mentioned, it shows you the annual inspection status for all your truck, and then your upcoming maintenance for all your truck as well. And here you can select, any type of service, and then here it'll show you the 18 recent service history for that type of service, right? So let's say we emergency check, we can see here there's only one service. So that's basically how this tool would work. And if you have any questions or concern, you can reach out to me, or if you want a demo of this, just reach out to me and I can show you as well. So again, if you're interested in this and you need this customized, we can also customize this for you. So just reach out. And again, the link is in the description if you'd like to purchase this. Thank you.